So for example number 2, we're going to focus on the volume of a cone. And so again, we are going to have a perfectly drawn cone. And for the volume, we're always going to focus on the altitude height. So the only difference between this formula and the other formula is the surface area uses the slant height, and this formula uses the altitude height. And the radius is the same no matter what. And we could do what we call a slanted cone, which is really kind of it's probably confusing, but just like before, when we have when we had a slanted figure, the altitude height forms a 90-degree angle with the base. So in both cases, we're focusing on the altitude height. And so if you have a cone that's slanted sideways a little bit, we're going to use the altitude height. Okay? And so the volume for this thing is just going to be 1/3 times the base. The area of the base is the area of a circle, that's this little doohickey here, times the altitude height. Okay? And we've seen this before. It's usually the volume equals 1/3 the base times height. It's the same as a pyramid. If it comes to a point, then it's 1/3 times the base area times the height. Anyways, let's just do the example. We'll plug some numbers in and see what we get. So we have a perfectly drawn circle, and this is a interesting one where we're measuring from here to here. That is 4.5 centimeters, and we're told that the radius is 2.2 centimeters. So to find the volume of this thing, we're going to say 1/3 times pi r squared times h. Well, that would be equal to, 2.2 squared times 4.5. Now, truth be told, you could plug this whole thing into a calculator if you wanted to. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to multiply 1/3 times the 2.2. Remember that you got to do the 2.2 squared first. You got to follow the order of operations, times the 4.5, and you would get 7.26 times pi. Now, why do we do it that way? Because this is what we call the exact value, and then this one would be the approximation when I multiply that by the 3.14 for pi. And this will be the approximate value. Okay, so that's the volume of this cone. And this is the altitude height because this forms a 90-degree angle. So it looks like a slant height, but it's not really a slant height. It's a 90-degree angle.